Looking crazy. What's up, y'all? Wait for some people to get in here. I'm gonna few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody at? I know all y'all can't be at work right now. I'm looking crazy. Wait for a few people to get up in here. Tell y'all what's up, what's happening. What's going on? What's going on? I know I'm looking crazy this morning, but I had to get on here for a little bit. Tell you guys the logistics of what's happening. We'll get a few more people in here. I know I'm looking crazy, y'all. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I've been working out, so my hair is wild. Hope you guys are having a great morning. So today is going down, you guys. Today is Angie Stone's autopsy report. I'm going to drop today. Oh, yeah. Today is the day. We're going to drop that autopsy report, you guys. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to it, but then I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it, but then I'm not. Hold on. I am looking forward to this autopsy report, but I'm not. But I know the world wants to know what's up. So it's going down today, you guys. I'm just waiting for it to come in. And then I'm going to go back live again and we're going to talk about it. You know, it's going to be crazy. This is going to be absolutely crazy because the truth will finally be able to be told about what happened in that van, or at least what happened to her in that Sprinter. So we are about to find out. Like I said, I'm just waiting right now to get it. How you guys doing this morning? What's up with everybody? Y'all doing good? Can you guys hear me? Miss Fields, what's up? Morning, Miss Fields. I know I'm looking crazy. Cammy, what's happening? Love Jones, what's up? I know I'm looking crazy, you guys. I'm sorry. Did my little workout. Hi, April. Good morning. Angie Jackson, good morning. Celeste, good morning. Sharon, good morning. Good morning. Lois Parker, good morning. Protected by God, good morning. Introvert, what's happening, family? New York in the house. Olivera, what's good morning, good morning. Yeah, so today, Jason, what's happening? Love Jones, did I say that? Sharonda T. Jones, what's happening? Nicole, beautiful vibes. Valerie, is that Valerie Curry? KC, listen, today is it. The autopsy is coming in today, y'all. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go through it. I'm looking forward to it. But man, I'm kind of nervous about it because it's going to be crazy. You guys, it's going to be crazy. Because it's just going to be nuts, man. Because to know that we finally get a chance to know about what really happened is what's really nerve-wracking to me. But at the same time, there's a suspense because you want to know the real truth and what happened. So, of course, on an autopsy report, it has to be detailed. I've seen some autopsy reports, they don't quite put everything. And I don't know, sometimes it could be part of the play. I'm not saying that's this case, but I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what they're trying to say the cause of death was. Because like I said, I was told there was 3 guns in the car. So I'm curious if any of the guns went off when the Sprinter flipped. I was told the day that it happened that there were 3 guns taken. So I'm just kind of curious if the guns had anything to do with it. The guns in the car went off when the Sprinter. There's things that's been in my mind I've been wondering about. Scorpio, good morning. We'll catch the replay. Good morning. Thank you, Scorpio, for... You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. I get on here. I don't expect Scorpio to come on and show love. And Scorpio always hits that alley-oop, that 3-pointer every single time. Thank you. I appreciate that, Scorpio. Thank you for making our day over here at Stone Paxton Music and Life vlog. I know I'm looking crazy. Hair is all wild. But I appreciate you, Scorpio. One of my mods came in. I don't know where Mystique is. She might still be asleep. Divine, what's up? Randy Marsh, what's going on, family? Dreadhouse TV said, hope y'all seen Miss Angie's voice on Spirit to video, on the Spirit box video. Have y'all? No, I haven't. Send me, do me a favor, Dreadhouse TV. Do me a favor. Can you please send me that link in my inbox, stonepaxton@gmail.com. I would love to hear, because I know the conversations that Angie and I had, and I know how she came to me in 2 of my dreams. So I'm curious. If you could share that with me, stonepaxton@gmail.com. Share that link with me, please, if you don't mind. Divine, God bless you. Lady Sparkle, what's happening? Nori, New York City's in the house. Listen, you guys, I know last night and yesterday I kind of went off a little bit. You guys got to forgive me, because if you know my spirit, I'm not really the kind of person that snaps a lot. It's rare. But when I do, I do. What I don't like is, and we all have the capabilities of getting upset as humans, right? It's human nature. We all have the ability to be upset. We all have the ability to kind of lose control every once in a while, but I call it constructive control, because we're in control of it, right? And manage control as far as how you get upset. Some things are necessary. So when I got that call from Diamond's dad yesterday, it just really, it didn't bother me. I was more so confused that a black man didn't take his time to go or to ask his daughter more questions, and then go watch the video, then make an assessment. I was bothered by that his stake was to think that he was going to come punk me out, knowing that we have a lot of people in common. We're affiliated with some of the same people. So how you going to come punk me out? You punking out the circle. How you going to come? How you going to come and think you're going to, whoop me up, if that's what the intention was, when we have the circle of the same people? I don't know. I do think that black men, we need to gain a little bit more discipline. And when it comes to knowing how to use our wisdom, knowledge and wisdom, there's nothing like a person that's old and that's a fool. You don't want to be an old fool. You definitely don't want to be an old fool. That's not something that anybody wants to be. You know what I mean? And I pride myself into making sure that I keep my mind and my spirit right when it comes to listening, okay? Having an open ear. Sometimes you just got to be a person who listens. Sometimes we just got to be quiet and not talk and just pay attention to the words and have an ear to listen, right? So this brother didn't listen, which led him to call me because his daughter got in his head. And then it led to other situations. Now, I forgave him last night because I don't really think he realized kind of what he did, but he did. Does that sound weird? Like I know he realized what he did, but maybe he didn't realize who he was doing that to. That's what I'm saying. So I forgave him. Meech and I forgave him. We're back to square root A, okay? So long as Diamond don't say nothing about me, nothing negative, no reason to, I won't mention her name. But as soon as she says something about me, somebody else inbox me with a message telling me she said something, it's back on again, okay? Simple as that. We ain't playing those games over here. Listen, today is the autopsy report. I'm going to get back on maybe, I don't know. If it comes in while I'm on this live, then we're going to start talking about it immediately. So I'm going to try to hold off a little bit. I'm checking my, I got my computer here, so I'm checking my email. If it comes in while I'm on live right now, we're going to go right into it. Okay, I'm going to go right into it because this stuff is crazy, man, that it's taking this long. Now, here's the crazy part about it. It's already available. So how come the press and the media, the police department, has not set up a press release? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. There should have been a press release already set up, already planned out. Because if me and my people are getting the information, right, then surely the FBI and the DOJ and the police department could have already set up a press release talking about this or preparing to talk about this, right? So it's just still kind of weird. The whole thing is still really kind of just strange, with every piece of this situation not making any sense. But today, we're about to put the pieces together, you guys, in a major way. Let me read some of these comments. Brandon said, peace, God, Supreme Rising, Brother Brandon. Lanny said, hey there, Stone. Hey, Lanny. I mean, what do you guys think? Nori, New York City said, looking real bad out there on the streets. Absolutely, Nori. What's you guys' thoughts about this autopsy? The fact that we know that there should have been a press release, and if I am able to get this autopsy today, which is going to happen, it's going to be coming in, why is there not a lined up press release already? I mean, what's you guys' thoughts about that? It just, the whole thing is, it seems like there's more levels to this, more people involved, and maybe covering something up. I'm just saying, it's starting not to make any sense to me that there can't be any justice for this beautiful woman who meant nothing but positive frequency, who changed a lot of people's lives through her message of love, humility, peace, family, strong pride, black pride to black men, black women. And we can't seem to get nobody to sit and show enough love to say, here's the press release on Angie Stone, you guys. Here's what we have, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what we have, ladies and gentlemen. Why is there not anyone trying to do this? Now, when an autopsy report comes out and it's public, trust me, everybody and their mama, all the YouTubers gonna be talking about it, you know. But I wonder if the press and if the police department are gonna do a official press release, which has never been done. They owe her more than that. Her money that she made went back into Georgia's system. The taxes she paid from her making money went back into the Georgia ecosystem. They owe her more than that. She was a taxpayer. Let's talk politically correct then. If nobody wants to talk about her contributions to music, she was a taxpayer. She just happened to be a celebrity that was a taxpayer. She paid taxes to Georgia. Isn't that enough to get a press release? talking about this situation even one time? Can we get it one time? Can we get it one time? Yeah. This shit is sad, man. This is what they think about our people, y'all. We're disposable. Mm-hmm. They can throw us away. Our life means nothing. Mm-hmm. This is what they think about us, y'all. This is what they think about us. There has to be a better way as black people. If we wake up one day and figure out that we have so much power to buy and spend and affect the economy financially with our spending dollars, but when it comes to our voice, we become mute on things that we feel like don't bother us. It's not our family. It don't matter if we don't say nothing. It ain't my mama. It ain't my sister. It's not my cousin. Oh, I love the music though. But shit, I don't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? The police will figure that shit out. This shit hurts my heart. And it's hard for me. I have to take deep breaths as I'm talking to you because it's hard for me to sit here and not cry thinking about this beautiful woman lost her life over what? Let's think about this together, y'all. What did Angie Stone lose her life over? She didn't hurt nobody. She didn't bother anybody. She didn't do anything to anybody. She didn't take anything from anybody. She didn't hurt no one. All she was a giver. She gave and she gave and she gave. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. Ah, man. I guess, man. Sorry. Whew. Excuse me, you guys. But as I'm talking to you, I'm hearing her voice. You know? I'm hearing the many phone calls that I've had with her. I'm hearing the long phone calls that I've had with her. See, this the shit her daughter don't know. See, people can run their motherfucking mouths and say whatever they want. But they weren't on the phone when I'd be talking to Angie. There's people that knew at the house that I was talking to her, Mike and the real burly silverback gorilla. They knew. And then sometimes people wouldn't even be there when she would call me. Angie called me from the set when she was doing the show with Tyler Perry on her breaks. That's how I knew she was filming it. She would call me and talk to me. She was excited. She was excited to be in the Tyler Perry stuff that's coming up. I'm sure they're going to end up showing that episode. She called me on set. She was there for, I think, about 4 days filming. She couldn't talk to me as long as she could when she typically calls me at home. But when I tell you our phone calls would be 2 to 3 hours, that anybody that knows Angie know I'm not making this up. When she calls you, you're going to be on that phone. So when I think about her, you guys, you got to forgive me. It's hard for me to not. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy. I met Angie in 2010 in Las Vegas. For all you motherfuckers that keep asking me, the slick ones, because everybody don't ask me, but the slick ones do. So for the slick people who come up in here, try to slide in and do the, how long you been knowing Angie? I met Angie in 2010 in Vegas at the award shows, the Hootie Awards. 2010, Mandalay Bay. You really think that I've been in this industry and I've never met Angie before we started doing business, you dumbasses? Now, not only that, my connection with Angie was through so many people before I even started working with her. All my people worked with her. They wrote for her. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say I didn't know her. So let's dig into that bag. Let's say I never met her. Let's go there. Let's say that I had never met her in my life, but I only met her when I started working with her. Does it fucking make a difference even if that was the case? Because I will tell you, for all of you that don't know Angie, one thing about this woman, why she was so loved, and that's why I can't understand why so many people hated on her. Because she would make you feel like you're the most important person in the world. Every person I put her on the phone with, I wish I can call my boy right now. I put him on the phone with her. She never said no to me. Every time I had somebody to talk to her, I said, Stoney, will you talk to my cousin, say hello? Stoney, would you? She had, baby, put him on the phone. She took her time. She talked to people. She loved people. She talked to them like she was a best friend. She knew how to make you feel important. She never made it about herself. Never once. She never, I'm Angie Stone. She never did none of that shit. She listened. She gave advice. She prayed for you. This lady was real. It's not a myth or something of our imagination, a mythological character. She was a real person that had blood running through her veins. This is our thanks to her. And nobody wants to fight to find out the real truth. Only a few people. How many black folks we got on this earth? And we could really make some noise if we really wanted to. Black women, you guys are some of the most powerful women. We could make noise if we wanted to. Nobody really wants to. Everybody say they want the truth, but do you really want the truth? Everybody say they want justice, but do you really want justice? When you're not really trying to do anything about it, but go online and see what else somebody's going to say. Nobody's been picking. I made a statement in the beginning of all this stuff before I did my part 1 through 8. I said, call the DOJ, call the FBI, jam the phones up. Those are my exact words. Demand justice. Even the petition. We got 100-some people sign the petition. It should have been thousands of people sign this petition right now. I'm looking at how many people go on my lives. I'm looking at how many people go on Paperwork TV's lives. It should be way more people signing this petition for justice. But everybody say they want the truth. They want justice. It's hard for me to believe. How hard is it to sign a petition? How hard is it to pick up your phone and make a phone call and say, we need justice for Angie Stone? It's powerful. You just don't realize how powerful phone calls are. One call, an email. It's hard for me to get on this live, and I try not to think about the night she passed, the morning she passed, excuse me, because I break down and I cry. And this is ongoing. I can't control it. I try, man. I try my hardest to control it. And I can't because it's real. And as I'm talking to you, I hear this woman's voice in my ear. Just like it's vividly here, like she's next to me, like she's talking to me on the phone. I can hear the things that she said to me. It doesn't matter what you say, Diamond. Me and your mom talked about a lot of stuff. We did. And the sad part about it, who's ever telling you otherwise, they're lying to you. If Shayna's telling you otherwise, she's lying to you. She would be sitting right there when I'd be on the phone some of the times. And some of the times she wouldn't. Michael knows. That's why Michael ain't said nothing. Michael's never detested nothing I've said because he knows it's the truth. You've been the only one because Shayna's put you up to that so she can get me to shut up talking about anything to do with what happened because she's scared I'm going to keep talking about her involvement. That's why you went on the mission for Shayna. The same person's waiting for you to get locked up for a long time so you can come back. Ain't no money left for you. And hopefully Michael will still be here. And she don't try to do some slick stuff to him or start giving him herbs like she was giving Angie. Yeah, that's what Angie told me. Giving her herbs. Supposed to be herbs to help her. Who knows what we're in those herbs? We don't know. So when I talk about her, it's hard for me. Now, imagine if I was her child. Don't you think it would be even harder? I don't see how this shit is not hitting them like it's hitting me. It's hitting Juanita the same way. It's hitting my brother the same way. Him and I get on the phone and we start talking about her and we start crying. Am I crazy? Is it me? Is it me? Or something just is not making any sense? You can't hold back realness. Tears of emotion are real. And when it's real, it's real. And you can't hold it back. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the person for a second or an hour. You are not going to be able to hold back those sincere emotions. I still cry about my mom. I can't think about Mother's Day. I can't even see her picture. I took my mom's picture out of my house because I spent my time crying all the time. And she's been gone since 2004. I'm just spitting logistics to you. I'm not trying to get on here and be an asshole to anybody. Today is the day where the autopsy report is going to be revealed. I guess these tears are tears of me feeling like, finally we can get to the bottom of that. But then I ask myself, why is this woman gone? She should be here right now. Some people will say it's God's plan. I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. I think that sometimes certain things are not meant to be, but it can be altered by other people. If your day to leave this earth is next year and you start dealing with people that are foul people and then all of a sudden it speeds up, the day that you're going to leave this earth, it's been altered. It wasn't in God's plans. That was somebody planning something that caused you not to be here. It wasn't in God's plans. I've never been able to understand when people have an accident, people say that was in God's plan, that God's plan. No. Why? Let me tell you something. Why would God want to see us die from a brutal accident? I don't believe that was in God's plans. The other person that was driving that car was just on some other bullshit. That was not in God's plans. This is my thought. Maybe because I'm a Buddhist, but I grew up as a Christian. This is my thought. When God takes us from this earth, he takes us from this earth in peace. I'm just saying, hell is hell. Earth is hell. We're living in hell right now. It can't be no worse than this if you go to hell. For those that feel like they're living a bad life and they're going to go to hell. What is good and what is bad? In Buddhism, we don't believe there is no bad, and we do not believe there is no good. We just believe there is. And there is, when you understand the isms, that there is, and in life, there is just life. You stop pointing the finger at a bad person. You stop. Notice I've never said that Shayna was bad, and I never said she was good either. I just gave you guys the logistics because in Buddhism, we just don't believe in saying a person's bad, and we don't believe in saying a person's good. We don't put any names on any of that. Because once you put a name on something, then you start believing what you put that name on. So if I call you guys bad, then I start believing what I'm saying. Now you're a bad person to me. Only because I said you're bad. And I believed it. And I manifested it and it became true. You're bad now to me. So now Stone's saying, oh, you're bad. And don't mess with them. They bad. Because I believed it. Right? I believed it here. and I believed it here, and I manifested that into play. So the hardest thing when you become a Buddhist is to let go of those vices of conforming to beliefs that somebody is really bad or somebody's really good. What happens when you believe a person's really good? Soon as that person does something to you, you're disappointed. Think about it. And why are you disappointed? Because for so long you thought that they were a good person because you said it. So as soon as they show you they're not a good person because you called them good, now you're disappointed and you're mad because now you want to say they're not a good person. You thought they were good. No, they probably never said they were good. You thought they were good. That's why with me, don't believe I'm a good person. Don't believe I'm a bad person. Just believe I am a person with blood running through my veins and I'm a living being who is on a righteous path or nirvana. I might get on here and sometimes and I'm talking with peace. I live in peace. But there's times I might get turned up on here because somebody is fucking with me. But it doesn't mean I'm good and it doesn't mean I'm bad. It just means I am. I am the M. Angie, when she talked to me, I was messing with her one time, right? And, you know, because we talk about the Bible, and I told her my mom was an evangelist. I grew up in church. And I said, Stony, I say, I'm a Buddhist now. Now, most people, when I say I'm a Buddhist, they start judging me. Most black people judge me. As soon as I say I'm a Buddhist, you meditate to that statue. That one right over there. See that statue right there? Where is it at? Where this statue? This one. They'll say, I meditate to this statue, right? This is what black people say to me, right? I say, I'm a Buddhist. You be meditating the statues and stuff. So I say one thing to him. I said, let me ask you a question. You like money? Of course I do. I said, you meditating to that money? No. I ask him, I said, do you like money or you love money? That's how I catch him. Oh, I love money. I say, you meditating to that money. Did you know that? You just said you love money. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, not liking it. You can like it because you need to use it to survive. But you just told me you love it. So you meditate to that money. I don't meditate to a statue. Spirituality is in all of us. We're spiritual beings. Religion is a choice. Spirituality is something you have to harness and you have to work on it for it to get better. I'm spiritual. I am a spiritual being. We all are. The more you meditate and you chant, sometimes I meditate 7 times a day. You increase the frequency that you vibrate at, which means nobody can fuck with you. Y'all want to know my secret? I've been a Buddhist now for almost 30 years. I grew up as a Christian. I used to meditate when I was young and get whoopings. I'd be in the room and my mom asked me, what am I doing? Or my aunt, what are you doing in that room, boy? I say, I'm meditating to a higher power with my legs crossed like this, hands out. What you doing in that room, boy? I'm with the lights off. I'm meditating. Meditating to who? To a higher power. Now, I was saying this shit when I was young. I didn't know what I was saying. I had no idea what I was talking about. I'm just a kid doing something that I didn't know. Then I realized that maybe I had been here in a past life because I used to have these weird dreams about things that I knew that I shouldn't have known. And as I continued to get older and I became a grown man and I became a Buddhist, they asked me one question. Before they shakabuku'd me, they said, why do you want to be a Buddhist? Not only that, I had the same conversation with a monk. He asked me the same question. The monk is what did it for me. The monk asked me, what made you want to be a Buddhist? And I told him the story when I was little, how I used to get whoopings for meditating in the dark. He said to me, and I'll get back to the story about Angie and I. He said, you were always a Buddhist. He said, in a past life, you were a Buddhist. When I told him how I used to get whoopings for meditating, he asked me, did you see somebody teaching you that? I said, no. He said, you were a Buddhist in your past life and you were searching for trying to find your way back because of the last life. Now, in Buddhism, we also believe that if you're good in this life, just like, being a Christian, your 10 commandments, there's commandments in Buddhism, right? But we believe if you're good in this lifetime, you do good deeds so that in the next lifetime you can be human again. Now, y'all gonna think I'm crazy when I say what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna share this with y'all so you can understand me better. We believe that if you do good deeds in this lifetime, because surely everything we're doing is about doing good deeds for everybody, loving people and doing the right things. If you do good deeds in this lifetime, the next lifetime, the fortunate element in the next lifetime is that you can be human again. The worst thing to be in the next life would be an animal, a bug, because those recycles are quicker. They die quicker. I mean, excuse me, gotta watch that word on YouTube. They're unlife easy. They pass away easy, right? So the better thing to be is to be human. That's like an honor to be human. But the only way you can be human in the next life is you got to do good in this life. And you got to do good deeds. And you got to be good to people. And you got to search for nirvana, the peace, the peace. That's why I'm always about peace. So that's why I get upset when people really piss me off. And some people feel like I shouldn't get upset. But I have the right to be upset because I've been so mild and so disciplined for so long that I'm 55 years old. I deserve to cuss a motherfucker out if they piss me off. I've earned that. I don't go bother people. I don't challenge people. I don't try to be tough on people. I don't do any of those things. I stay in my lane. I do Stone Paxton. So in Buddhism, we believe that when you do good deeds in this lifetime, it affords you to be human in the next lifetime. And that's the quest that we're on. If you're a pig, a bird, and all that, yeah, you didn't quite. Why do you think you see? Think about this. I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not upset with you if you want to feel that way. Have you ever seen an animal, especially the animals now, who look at you like they're human? Have you ever seen, I know a dog that can say he loves you. I'm not making this up. I'm sure you guys have seen videos, but I know one in real life. You say you love him, he'll say he loves you back. Where do those things come from? Do you think that dog is just intelligent and smart? Cats that will look at you like they know you. They'll give you a look like they know you. Why? Why do those things happen? You don't think that that could be a person that's reincarnated, but because they didn't do good deeds in this lifetime, in that last lifetime, they didn't have the privilege to be human again. So they ended up being a dog. And maybe the next cycle, they can be human again. That's how it works in Buddhism. That's what we believe in. For the longest, I used to see people beating their kids on Facebook, and that shit would piss me off. Like, I saw this video of a person throwing their child, just throwing them. I know y'all seen these videos, just throwing them. And I would break down and cry. I was like, man, why they throw that baby like that? Or I've seen videos of these men like just brutally doing stuff to their wives with sticks, just right? And I'm like, dang, stuff like that bothers me, right? And I'm like, dang, that hurts, right? Then I had to think. And I asked a monk one time what he thought about that. And you know what the monk said to me? It was a profound moment for me because things like that would bother me. And the monk said this: you're looking at the human you're seeing right now. But in the past life, that same person, not in that physical body, was a bad person. This is the karma they have to live in this life, the new life. But they can correct it by doing good deeds, right? I was like, oh, that shit is interesting, right? I was like, oh, this is crazy. I didn't think about that. I was like, man, that's interesting as shit, right? So let me say that again. So the monk's analogy was, in the past life, that person that you're seeing getting whooped up with a stick, that beautiful woman, nice lady. And I know it sounds real fucked up, right? And it took me a minute to really understand the logistics. But he said, in the past life, the spirit of that person, before it was in the new body, was a bad person. So that's the karma from the last life brought into this life. They have to pay that karma back. Now, this person in this new body can correct it. They can correct that. They might not even know why it's happening, but they can correct it in this lifetime. So if you're a bad person, and those that believe in the word bad, I don't believe in bad or good. But if you are a person that believes in that, and you want to correct your karma, and you've done a lot of effed up stuff to people, all you got to do is do good deeds in this lifetime. Be good, be kind to people, do good deeds. Scorpio, did you just donate again? Oh, okay, I thought somebody that was Scorpio from the last time. All you got to do is do good deeds in this lifetime. That's all you got to do. You do good deeds, it can correct any karma from your past life and make things better in your current life and in your future life. That's really what it's about. So every day, I live my day to be good to people. I live my day to try to make sure I don't hurt anybody in any derogatory ways that I wouldn't want done to me. I live my life to give and to help people as much as I can without hurting myself. You understand what I'm saying? Because doing the good deeds is what's going to make a difference. That's all that's going to make a difference in your karma. Even if you do bad shit, you're going to have bad karma and it's going to follow you. I got a friend where literally every time he calls me, it's always something bad going on. Always. Like, so much so that I don't even like him calling me. I say, dude, you always have this information that's just negative. I don't want to hear it. I won't even take his phone calls no more because nothing is ever positive. Because the karma he puts out is nothing but negative. So I don't even answer his phone calls anymore. I want to keep my karma clean. That's why I don't even like shaking people's hands. Like, a lot of things people don't know about me is if you meet me and I don't shake your hand, don't take it personal. Lately, I've been allowing myself to shake people's hands, but I'm going back to pulling back because I usually don't do that. I don't want nobody's energy. I don't know who people are praying to. I don't know what kind of negative stuff they're doing to people or, just their negative energy. And I don't want that to be stuck on me. So I don't shake people's hands when I meet them. I'll bow or I'll just nod my head. That's out of respect. It's nothing personal. You can't give your energy to everybody. Your body is a temple. The Bible spoke that. That's true. So you can't just give that to everybody. Remember that. Everybody does not deserve to give or get all of you as a person. So you can't give all of yourself to nobody. I don't care who it is. Reserve your spirit. Disconnect. You ain't got to always touch people's hands, shake their hands. Nori said, I am the same way in real life. Nori, yeah, because you know what? We got to be that way. We have to be. That's the only way you protect your spirit. Money B said, sometimes I can feel a sense and sense their spirit of how that person is. Yeah. So you know what that means? Money B, that means that, Moni, that means that you vibrate at a very high frequency. I do that too. That means your vibration is you're vibrating very fast. And when you meditate, especially when you meditate and chant, your vibration is even faster. Like it's fast, right? It's so fast, you pick up on stuff so quick that it's scary. That's me. Like I pick up on stuff so quick, just like the phone call when, what's name dad called me. I automatically knew, I felt that wasn't right. So I didn't say who I was on the phone because I already felt it wasn't right. Wasn't necessarily about how the person was talking, but the energy coming from the other end of the phone wasn't right. I felt it. I did. And there's times where I won't even travel because it just doesn't feel right spiritually, like I should be on a plane or driving. There's times people call me and say, hey, let's go eat, Stone. I'm like, okay, I'll be there. And then an hour later, I'm texting them saying, yeah, man, I'm in the studio. And the real reality is, no, it wasn't that. It's just that my spirit told me, don't move right now. Now's not the time for you to go anywhere. There's been times I've lost my key in the house and I get mad. You guys remember that day? I think it was a week ago. I lost my key and I was upset. I couldn't find my key. I had a meeting to go to. Then I realized, here I am. operating in the spiritual world, right? I said, wait a minute, hold on, Stone. The universe is protecting you. It's probably somebody crazy out there driving right now that you don't need to be on the road at the same time. So the universe took me away from that moment. My keys were hidden for a long time, for about an hour. I still didn't find them until the next day. But I found my spare key and had to go get a battery. So at least for about 2 hours, I didn't have capability of jumping in my car because the Lexus SUV wasn't here. I was driving my Corvette. You know what I'm saying? For 2 hours, I couldn't get in my car. But that was the universe operating in a way of protecting me. And I had to recognize that. You feel what I'm saying? So I let it go. I didn't take it personal. I just text my people and said, I'm running late. If I can't make it, can we rearrange the meeting? So you gotta accept the signs. The signs will come. The signs will come. They'll come. Most people just overlook the signs. We're all spiritual beings. It's just that most of us don't meditate to create greater atonement in our spirit. So if you don't meditate, your spirit is not going to be on point. You can put rings on and you can put stones on around your neck and on your arm. None of it will matter. If you're not walking in that divine spiritual element, it doesn't even matter. So to get back, what I was saying to Angie was, we were talking about church, and I was telling Angie, I said, Mom, I said, I grew up as a preacher's daughter, right? And I say I was playing drums in church, Stoney, at 5, and we was talking about the Bible and God and her favorite scriptures, and she was just saying some funny stuff to me. She used to have me laughing. And I said, well, Stoney, guess what? She said, what? I said, I've been a Buddhist now for almost, 32 years. And she said, what? I said, yeah. And she said, you know what I'm curious about? She started asking me questions. And I said, Stoney, I said, listen, I believe in God still. I say, but man, I would love to, when you come to Vegas, I'd love to take you with me, to the center or to the temple. And she said, I'll go with you, Stoney. I said, yeah, I just want you to see. And she was curious, right? I'm not saying she wanted to be a Buddhist, but she said, wow. She said, so she was asking me questions about me. So is that why? She said, I look at some of your videos on YouTube, and is that why you're like this? And she was just noticing some different characters about myself. And I said, yeah, the Buddhism is what helps me balance me out when I'm going through the turmoil. And I still believe in God, but the meditation and chanting, I told her it helps me. And it's helped me for years. It has revived my spirit. It has actually helped me become an even better man. Yes, it has. I could run around, being an average man, having, 30 women. I got women around me. I got women that love me, that respect me, right? But I could have literally 30 women if I wanted to. But I'm not like that, right? Because I do respect the energy of the universe. Now, I can't help it if a woman loves being around a man and a man loves being around a woman. You might have 2 or 3 women that like being around you. What can you do about that? I can't kick people out of my life. So I welcome people with open arms. You come and help me. You want to be a part of this? We travel, we tour. You set up the hotel. You set up the booking. You'll handle this, flights. You'll talk to the venue that I'm performing at, or if I'm in that stage play, you handle that for me. So these people become my extended family. The ladies around me become my extended family. And yes, I love all my people in my circle. But that doesn't mean that if a guy is that way, he's necessarily good or bad. Remember, I said, it just means that when you vibrate at a higher frequency, you can take on other situations. So I vibrate at a higher frequency, so it allows me to be able to deal with people in a certain way. So when I was telling Angie that, because Angie knew about me in the reality show, she thought it was funny as heck. Angie was cracking. She was cracking up. She actually couldn't wait till I came back out to Atlanta to film the other part of the reality show when they start filming. This one's supposed to be called Couples Retreat, right? I was supposed to be in. So Angie was getting a kick out of the reel. She saw it and she was cracking up and she told me it was funny and she was laughing. She was asking me questions. So we had a good time talking about church talking about Buddhism, and and she was intrigued with the Buddhism part of me. She was intrigued. She really was. She wanted to know more about it. You know, I even tried to tell her, I said, Angie, you would be an incredible Buddhist, right? I said, because the way you write, I said, the way you write, I can see you writing some, after you become a Buddhist, some of the records you were writing. She was laughing at me, you know, because we know Angie's a devout Christian, right? I was trying to, you know, do her like I used to do my mom. I used to try to convince my mom to become a Buddhist, you know, in my older age, and she used to laugh at me the same way Angie did. But you guys, listen, I am looking forward to this autopsy report. It'll give me some kind of closure in my mind and my spirit, as well as you guys. Um, and I think that's what we all want. We all want closure, just so we can help do some self healing inside, right? I don't know if it's going to quite heal 100%. It's probably only going to make all of us mad as we look at the autopsy, as I break it down. It's probably going to make us more upset. And maybe it'll push everybody to even want to get, you know, even more justice. Who knows? You know, we're about to find out. We're about to find that out in a minute. But man, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy, and I'm glad I stopped crying, because if I hadn't, I'd have to hang this live up, because once I start crying about Angie, it's usually all day long, you know, on and off. But she was a good woman. I wish that all of you guys could have met her. I wish I could have put each and every one of you guys on the phone with her, just so you can hear how she was with people. And this is another thing. Like, Michael and Diamond are lucky, man. Like, I don't care. And I know Michael really appreciates it. I know he does. I've seen him, and I heard him talking to his mom on we be on business calls. He respected his mom. He loved his mom. But how could you not have a mom like this woman and not feel like the luckiest child in the world? How could you not have a mother like this lady, Angie Stone, and not feel like the luckiest child in the world? How could you not? That woman was incredible. Let alone wrote some of the best songs in music history, black music history and black music history. But her humility was crazy. Her love that she shared was super. It was super. It was super. You know, Angie could have an issue with you, and in the next minute, she ain't even talking about it. This is how incredible she was. If you had any indifferences and you had a situation to where, because she was forgiving, just like she forgave the Chester dude. You know, she forgave him. She gave him a chance, let him come back and handle some of the stuff we needed handled, right? You could have indifferences with her verbally and come back an hour later and she's not even talking about it. She done forgot about it. This is how forgiving she was. This is how forgiving she was, man. Like, that's why none of it makes sense when I've seen her daughter disrespect her, because none of us are perfect. Nobody is perfect. No one. But her spirit of forgiveness was way beyond normal. Way beyond normal. Smash up that screen, y'all. Smash the screen up, you guys. Y'all be on here, y'all be watching, but y'all don't be really showing no love. You don't cost nothing to smash up the screen. You hit that screen. Tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. Come on. Now y'all got some big thumbs, some of y'all. Tap that screen. Listen, this woman was amazing. There will never be another one like her. Only other person I met that reminded me of Angie was my mom. Same spirit Angie carried was the same way my mother was. The way she would handle things, the way she talked. She has a very motherly spirit, man. Like I said, she made you feel special. And if you didn't know Angie, if you met her the first day, you felt like you've known her for 42 years. Because that's the way she would make you feel. And I want you guys to always remember that. For those of you that never talked to her, that never met her in person, and if you met her in person, y'all know what I'm saying. She made everybody feel like she has known you for 40 years, man. She just had a way of doing that. She used the words that grandma used. She used the words that the older sister would use. Baby, it's okay, honey. It's okay, baby. Sweetheart, it's okay. And her tone of how she would talk. She had a certain cadence how she would talk to you that was soothing to the spirit, that was so familiar to me that reminded me of my mother. And I told her, I said, man, you remind me how my mom talked to me. Yeah, she was amazing. And the rest of my life, as I continued to make music and drop albums and tour and go to Japan and go to London and different places, Amsterdam, Germany, wherever I'm at, here in the US performing, I will always acknowledge this lady before I start my show and when I end my show. I'll acknowledge her because she deserves that and more. She earned that, y'all. That's the love we should get back. She was our modern day Sam Cooke. See, we didn't get to experience Sam Cooke in his prime. We got to experience Angie Stone. So this is why we have to hold her at the highest regards forever. She's our modern day female Sam Cooke. And she will always be that in my heart. And I am glad, and I try to understand the message and why God connected this for Angie and I to do what we were doing with the business. I don't even know why. I've thought about this over and over again. Why? Why? And then she's gone. Why? Why? I try to understand what is the reason behind this. Why was I the one out of the millions of people that she could have went to in the music industry to help her? Why me? After being recommended still. Most celebrities, they be like, oh, I ain't never done business with Stone. I ain't never done business with Stone. Stone, an artist. Why I need to go to Stone for help? But a lot of celebrities come to me. But why Angie Stone? And I've thought about this over and over again, asking God, why? Why me? What is the reason? What was my purpose? Is my purpose to do what I'm doing now? Was this already written and designed 40 years ago that this was going to happen? And my job was to come and to tell the truth and to shed light on the truth. I don't know, you guys. I'm still trying to figure this shit out because I don't know. But one day the answer will come to me completely. But as of now, I still don't really know the real answer why we were doing this and then she was taken away. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to find the answers, and I still have not found the answers for it. We all love Angie Stone. But when this autopsy comes out today, and if it doesn't sound like she passed away from natural causes, the question we should be asking ourselves, or just from maybe bumping her head or something, the questions we should be asking ourselves is, what are we going to do about it as a collective people? What are we going to do if we find out there's foul play? Are we finally going to come together as a community, ladies and gentlemen on here, and really make noise and do something about this? Picket, get together with signs, stand out in front of the DOJ, the police department. Are we really going to really do something and really do something to get justice if we find out today that this autopsy is full of bullshit? Cheryl, you're absolutely correct. Sam Cooke, that album was a great album. Somebody said, not one weapon. I never said I had the autopsy. It's coming today. I will have it. So I don't know if you're popping in and you're just trying to, I don't know. I don't understand with the people that didn't pass comprehension in high school. Yeah, please listen and learn and just pay attention. That's all you got to do. What I typed in there is what I typed in there. I never said I have the autopsy. Go back and read what the post said, what my subject line said of this video. The autopsy is coming today. I said I'm going to come back on and talk about the autopsy when I get it. It's coming to me. Please pay attention. There's a reason they had reading and comprehension in school. Thank you for signing the petition, your love. Thank you for doing that. No offense taken. No one weapon. No offense taken. I just know that a lot of black folks, we won't read shit. We got to get a little bit better, man. When we come into a live, like read what the post says. Like y'all, I mean, let me tell you, for the women that didn't like Kevin Samuel, I will say one thing I agree with him about. That a lot of people did not really pay attention to what he would say. They would just go off of one word and they wouldn't even go watch the videos or read. So I ask you and I beg of you, when you come into my lives, look at what I post, what I'm saying first before you assume that I said I have the autopsy. I never said I have it in hand. I will have it in hand and we're going to talk about it. I just wanted to get on here and let you know it's coming today. That's all. No one weapon. I'm letting you know that it's coming and I will come back on live. I was trying to wait on live and see if I got it while I was on live so I can talk about it, but it hasn't come in yet. So I will log back on again when it does and we're going to go into it and we're going to break it down piece by piece because I want to share that with you guys. It's only a few of us that have this. You understand what I'm saying? Crystal, thank you for the sub, Crystal. I appreciate that. You guys give a hand out to Crystal. She's a new sub. Thank you, Crystal. I think that's what you're saying to me, right, Crystal? You're a new sub. If you are, I appreciate you and everybody. Welcome, Crystal, to Stone Paxton Music and Life Vlog. And Stone Paxton and Meech, the Vanguards. Give her a hands up to Crystal. Who was laughing? Damaged Kisses? Damaged Kisses. Who was laughing and what were they laughing about? Because we definitely need to block their asses if somebody's in here laughing. This is not a laughing matter. This is serious, you guys. This is very serious, you guys. Oh, yeah, don't put no, maybe y'all hit the wrong emoji, you guys. Please be nice or I have to block you out of here indefinitely. I don't mind getting rid of people. I do it all the time. Crystal, welcome. Please, everybody, welcome Crystal, you guys, to Stone Paxton Music and Life Vlog. I want to make sure that everybody that comes in here are welcome because I love everybody's energy and I want to make sure that everybody is welcome to the vlog, you know. Listen. So, what Cherry said. Cherry said, to me, Mr. Soul 1963 is the pinnacle of Sam Cooke's artistry. Yes, it was. Justice, hashtag Justice for Angie Stone, Crystal, thank you. Crystal, let me tell you something. I wish I knew you when Angie was alive. I would have done something special. I actually would have done it for everybody on this live. I would have said, we're going to do the Call Angie Tuesdays. Angie, before she passed, I said to her, I said, Stoney, I want to do an interview with you on my YouTube. She said, okay, baby, when you want to do it? And I was like, okay, I'll talk to you next week, right? But she was getting ready to go on the road. And I told her, I said, well, I want to check out some of the shows. I might try to come to probably 3 of them, I said to her. She said, okay. I said, well, I'll try to line up the live for the next 2 days. But I was procrastinating. This is what I'm so mad about, too, because she starts saying, Stoney, I thought you want to do the live, baby. Let's go ahead and do it. And I said, okay, Stoney, I'll get it together. But I was procrastinating, and I did not Do it, man. I'm so mad at myself. I would have done Tuesday calls with Angie Stone. And I would have said, Stoney, I want to do this thing called Tuesday calls where I get fans on the phone and let them speak to you. Those were my plans. That was the kind of idea I had. But if you had to talk to a Crystal, you would have been everybody I put her on the phone with. I could put them on the live right now and they'll tell you she was incredible. Yeah, Stone put me on the phone with her. She was incredible. Everybody will tell you. Oh, yeah, she talked to me. She was laughing. She took her time and she talked to anybody I would put on the phone. She would talk to them. She never said, I don't have time. She never said, I'm tired. She talked to him. So we're going to get that autopsy report today. I'm going to finish my workout. I still got to do my meditation again. Rest in peace, hashtag Angie Stone. And I'll make sure that we get that petition so that next time when I go live, everybody can sign it for the ones that haven't. Somebody said, Damaged Kisses says, I wonder why the people who are laughing in here using the reactions won't just post their laughing emojis. Pretty dead and weak. Probably because they know when I see it, I'm going to block their asses. So it's probably either they're trolling, maybe these some random trollers. I don't see this being any of Angie's people because why would they make fun of me talking about her? That would be kind of stupid. So Damaged Kisses, these might just be some young, stupid idiots coming across the live. You know, people do stupid stuff on here. They ain't got nothing else better to do. These young dudes need girlfriends, and these young girls don't have boyfriends, so they just out here just internet trolling. Yes, Damaged Kisses. They're so weak. Love you too, brother. Introvert. All right, get back to work, family. So I'll be back on when I get this autopsy report. I'll come back on, you guys, and we're going to talk about this, okay? Peace and love, and thank you for taking your time today to hang out with me. To Scorpio, thank you for the donation. Let's see who else donated. I don't want to disrespect anyone. So let me see for any donations I received. I need to thank those that did. And I'm trying to see them. Shit, I can't say. I know Scorpio did. If there's anybody else that donated, I'm sorry, and I apologize if I don't see you. But is that the petition? Thank you. Thank you, Styles, for that. Thank you for posting that. You guys go sign that. Oliver, I see you. I see you when I get that the autopsy report, you guys. I'm about to go finish my workout. Then I got to go mail these CDs off to my folks, to my members. I'm about to mail these CDs, these records off to you guys. You're going to love it. Talk to you guys in a minute when I go back live with this autopsy report, okay? Peace and love. And I'm out.